You see, that's why Moses allowed you to divorce, because at the end of the day, marriage is not life or death. You will not go to heaven married. So at one point or the other, there will be separation, whether alive or dead.
Alright everyone, welcome to Behind the Altar, where we dissect doctrinary matters. Now, Pastor Abel Damina has come out in strong terms about marriage, divorce, and everything that has to do with that institution set aside by God for man and woman to come together. This time around, he spoke at length concerning various issues and questions about marriage, the position of the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament regarding marriage, divorce, and so on and so forth. I want you to watch this video and then I will come back with my take.
A wife cannot put away her husband. It's only a husband that can put away his wife, even in the case of adultery. You were not born with a wife, neither were you born with a husband. There is no reward for marriage in heaven. Paul said, if you are smart, you will be as single as I am. He said, because he that is single careth for the things of the Lord. There's no marriage that is trouble-free. Every marriage has its own problems. The reason why people survive marital problem is because of patience and tolerance. And I think people that use these clauses in getting people married should change it. Since you're all men of God, till death do us part. Because you will now come and use death to separate yourselves. You see, that's why Moses allowed you to divorce, because at the end of the day, marriage is not life or death. You will not go to heaven married. So at one point or the other, there will be separation, whether alive or dead. Why do people divorce? Hardness of heart. Does God accept it? Yes. Somebody that nobody can talk to her. A woman that is like that is in witchcraft. Every human being must have somebody. If he tells you stop, even if you are cheated, you stop. No, nobody can talk to me. Witchcraft. The Pharisees, you asked Jesus a question: why can't a man divorce his wife? Jesus said, look, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. If this is what God said, why did Moses contradict God? In Matthew chapter 19 verse 3, they came to Jesus and asked Jesus a question. The Pharisees, they always ask stupid questions. They came to Jesus and asked Jesus a question. Let's read a little bit. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting to him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? They were asking Jesus, can a man divorce his wife? Next verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have you not read anaginosko? That is, you are reading, are you not paying attention? Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Next verse. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Next verse. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. Now, so Jesus began to explain to them. Now look at what Jesus did to them. They said to Jesus, Moses said, put away your wife. Jesus, what do you say? Jesus said to them, Moses said, put away your wife. Now, even if you understand the law of Moses is very partial. A wife cannot put away her husband. It's only a husband that can put away his wife, even in the case of adultery. That's the law of Moses, because the woman is the man's property, and under the law he can do anything he wants to do with her, but the woman cannot do anything she wants to do with her husband. Otherwise he will put her away by the law. Deuteronomy 24, he says, if a woman is caught in adultery, let the husband put her away. But he didn't say anything about the man caught in adultery. That is why when the woman who was caught in the very act of adultery, if it was the very act, it means she was on the bed with the man. But they left the man because the law has no position on the man and picked the woman. That's the law of Moses. Those of you that like the law, hear the law. Teaching good. Thank God for grace. Because grace now covers the woman. No, the law has no provision for the, no. Under the law, if a woman is having a period, she's not permitted to come close to her husband because she's unclean. But the man can come close to the wife anytime. But the woman has periods, she cannot approach the man. The man is master under the law. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm teaching good? Now, if you have questions, be writing them down. I'm not that kind of preacher that is afraid of questions. Write them down. Because I'll create a few minutes to answer a few things so that you go home with clarity. So under the law, so they now say to Jesus, the law say put away your wife. You will not find the law say put away your husband. No. Okay? Then Jesus said, how did you arrive at Deuteronomy 24 without Genesis? What Jesus was saying is it will be immoral for you to jump Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and arrive at Deuteronomy without considering what Genesis says, because Genesis lays the framework. Which means in reading the Bible, you must read the Bible in its sequential order.
Now, looking at that video, Pastor Abel Damina has indeed done a good work on that matter, even though such a lot of his statements calls for questioning, and then a lot of men of God will definitely question the rationale behind his assertions on certain issues and certain pronouncements about marriage, especially as it got to do with divorce. I want to know what you feel about this subject matter. I will see you in the next video. This is Behind the Altar. My name is Larry.